What's going on, y'all? Today I'll be talking about NFTs and why most people think that they'll be successful, as well as the theory behind NFTs. And an NFT is a non fungible token, meaning that there's items that are digitally on the blockchain where it's one of one. So if you buy a picture or anything, you have that original copy and it can't be duplicated. And built into the code of the picture, it says that this is one of one and this is the original copy. It's kind of like being verified on Twitter or Instagram, but for your purchase. And that purchase follows you until you decide to sell it. So you get that proof of purchase and it's authenticated, and you can see how many people bought and sold that item as well as the original creator. So it's definitely a good level of security for when you're purchasing something versus the physical aspect of being a collector, not knowing if something is real or counterfeited. And you can't prove it unless you were certified in forensics. Now, a side note. So just imagine you went to a concert like Chris Brown or something like that, and he decided to give out limited edition NFTs in the form of jackets for your memojis. He gave it to 10 people in the audience. And so while you're using your memoji to communicate with people, you have that jacket on. And vanity is becoming real. And people would pay that price just to have a one of one or a one of 10. And that scarcity makes people want to buy it even more. And the vanity plays off of the scarcity, and scarcity plays off the vanity. I have this and you don't. And I want to get y'all to think for 1 second, okay, how can vanity and scarcity, how can I make money off of this? Because someone else will make money off of it. And everything that I'm saying, don't disagree or agree with it. See how it affects you. And don't ever let your bias prevent you from making money or prevent you from doing opportunities. But let your morals be your guide. There's this problem with storage. And say, for instance, you were a parent and you collected amiibos with Nintendo. It's called NFCs, near field communication, and your device could communicate with that toy or that item and inject that character inside of a game. So essentially, Amiibo is a Nintendo character that you can put inside of your game using NFC technology. And it's essentially like a physical NFT. But the issue comes with storage. And if Zelda is your favorite game, you have to get Link, you have to get Wolf Link, you have to get Toon Link, and you have to get all different versions of Zelda, and then you have to get all different versions of Ganon. But that becomes an issue. Let's say, for instance, you were about to have your first child and you don't have the space. You have the money for your collection, you have the money for your child, but you do not have any space. What an NFT does is put your items on the blockchain and you don't run a risk of not having space, flooding. It's stored on a blockchain and all you have to do is keep your private keys. So pay attention to this. Age bias is real, and having a bias. So don't, like I said, don't let your bias prevent you from making money. Let your morals be your guide, and pay attention to why NFTs would be successful. The kids are loving them. The kids, everything is digital. You watch Fortnite. Kids are playing Fortnite and they're spending their allowance on emotes, and emotes are digital. And it's only the natural progression to have digital art hanging in your house. A quote by someone, I believe it was Mark Twain, but I'm just not sure. He was like, you have to see where the future is going and get there first. And so when you get to somewhere first, you establish how the rules are set. And you can establish the infrastructure. So look at piping. The people who created plumbing for houses, those people were able to sell to the people who wanted their house built a different service. Like, okay, we can build your house and we can give you plumbing. So that means they took the lion's share of the market from the people who built traditional houses. Well, at the time, which was without plumbing. And so moving on to this guy, they had to go to this guy to learn how to do indoor plumbing. And he created a school. He created contracts where he can help them with their plumbing, and then eventually he let people oversee it, and then he got the residual income from that. And so with the NFT market space, it's new, and you could establish super dominance if you get that first. When Amazon gets there, when Apple gets there, when Nintendo gets there, it's too late. And right now, they're trying to see who's going to establish the rules so that they can operate under the rules. They don't necessarily want to establish the rules because it's going to take so much money. But if you go there in that platform and create a space and iron out the Wild Wild West, the Wild Wild West is where all of the money can be made. I'll dive into NFT theory, and we have a few scenarios why NFTs will be successful. Looking at kids determine the future. Like Procter and Gamble said this best. We want a customer for life. And so if you can get a kid while they're young, like Fortnite and all of these other games that allow you to purchase these digital assets. When I say digital assets, people purchase dance moves, or people purchase custom skins and everything. And just imagine, like, that is a part of the NFT space. And just imagine if this was one of one or one of 10. You know, the more you get, the more valuable they get, and the more scarce it is. And we can use the Kobe Bryant NFT, for example. That bad boy sold like crazy, but the price went down because the market went down. But every time the Lakers win a championship game, that bad boy is going to raise in price because one of the greatest people, or one of the greatest players to ever touch the court, they're paying homage to him in every instance. So that price is going to raise and raise and raise and raise and raise. And I hate to use that. So now, in understanding this market is for kids, and you give a kid $100 for allowance, they're going to see the value of, hey, I could buy snacks with this, but I'll buy emotes or NFTs, and I'll wait for those bad boys to go up in price, especially in the limited editions for the special events that Fortnite have, or any limited edition for a concert or something. You have one of one, and you just wait before the price explodes. And back to Solana. Solana is a weird blockchain because it's kind of like the other blockchains that operate smart contracts, but they came out, really, the mainnet recently launched, and as the mainnet launched, they released the platform called 8, or the NFTs called 8. And the people who got in with the .com bubble, like who got in with the .com and got all of the .com domain names, the billionaires and the millionaires, people who got rich off of that, they hopped on the NFT train. And they're spending millions of dollars on NFTs. And understanding, like, everything has a bubble as well. The internet had a bubble, it exploded, and then after that, that was the Wild Wild West. It needed regulation, it needed all of this in order to succeed. Bitcoin is going through the same thing. Well, cryptocurrency is going through the same thing, and this blockchain technology is as well. It's being heavily regulated, and the scam artists and the con artists, they're moving out and moving into the next scam. And you can really look at the whole platform, and once the SEC comes in, it comes in to clean up everything because people are really getting scammed. Everybody wants to get their hands off of the blockchain technology because it's not regulated. But if you are the creator, or a creator of the space, or an authority in the space, you could determine the future of it because you can iron out the direction that it goes. And now let's look at NFT storage. This is a real big problem. If someone hacks your phone or hacks your wallet, which is inferior in most cases, they can use multiple algorithms to break into it. It's the same as being robbed of a physical copy. Like somebody take your shoes, someone take your books. The issue with that is, who is going to be the person who creates a robust storage system to where you can hold your NFTs in a museum, or a digital or physical museum, that can't be hacked, or it will get hacked minimally. So if someone can create that platform, the platform will be successful. You can you become an authority in the NFT space, the NFT storage space, so to speak. And they go to you to store their items. Like, hey, I'm leaving the country, I have my NFTs on me, I'll upload it to your storage facility, and if by chance it's hacked, will give you insurance on it. Like that needs to be an NFT insurance and storage, and they should go hand in hand. This doesn't exist yet, and this is why this is radical theory. How can you get to that spot first, and how can you establish dominance, and how can you be an authority in it? And don't, like I said earlier, don't take what I'm saying as absolute law or fact. It's how does this information affect me? And now I'm going to touch on this again in terms of marketing. Like, this could be the most robust NFT platform you have ever heard. But if somebody can't explain it to you, or it's hard to get in, so you want to get into a platform while it's young so you can establish the rules. And a young platform would have to be this company in Singapore, Omni Economy. This is not financial advice. There's some amazing NFT platforms out there, but a lot of it has to do with marketing and how best you convey your message. And that's what most people suck at. You have really great products, but you don't know how to explain it to the general masses. We call it critical mass. Critical mass is when the general masses get a hold of it and it spreads like wildfire. It's like when Beyonce drops her album without no promotion. The Beehive does the promotion, and you can't expect to not update your people on a product. So if you look at an NFT platform and it's really good, but they're not producing consistent updates and then they're leaving you in the dark, it's going to be successful, but it's going to take way longer. So now let's talk about Singapore. Singapore is one of the biggest technology hubs and one of the biggest gaming hubs. A lot of people play esports games under MLG, and they make a lot of money off of that. And they do the emotes, and they do a lot of the digital assets as well. And some of them don't do NFTs; they just do in-game purchases, which is cool. But now there's a new platform in Singapore that's in a hub of all of this, all of the esports, which is called Okami, or ticker number OMI. And this platform has acquired partnerships with Cartoon Network as well as the NFL. And it's only a matter of time before it explodes, because people in Singapore know the value of vanity and scarcity. I'm sorry, the value of mementos. And these people are going to adopt the platform really aggressively. And there's only a matter of time. And then you have the NBA that created their own NFT platform. And I think possibly Sedona may be a big one. And Sedona price shot like crazy. Are these platforms just selling novelty things? Like, because you were first, people like you. But if you have competition, will they stop liking you? And how many partnerships do you have? That's some of the things you need to look at. And also, what I'm saying is not investment advice, but the advice that I'm giving, or a different way to understand functions and systems, is how does this affect me? And is my bias getting in the way of making money? And how can I use this to my advantage? And let me know what y'all think. And also let me know what y'all would like for me to cover. All right, peace.